Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Disco Elysium blind. The dishes are drying. They smell of chemicals and pine trees. There's some money, which I'm not going to steal.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook.
Oh! Apparently he's called Gorący Kubek, which is, it literally translates to a hot cup in Polish, but it's specifically a brand of like instant noodles and like instant soups that come in a little cup that you're just supposed to fill with hot water, stir a little, and then you have like a soup or something. So I certainly wasn't expecting that. Is that a motherfucking Poland reference in this game? Like, I think this game was made by Estonians, so you know they are pretty close to Poland.
As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Gorący and Kubek.
Actually, that was a pretty decent pronunciation. Especially the letter on is, I think, difficult for English speakers because I don't think that sound ever appears in English.
Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Gorący Kubek. Please. It's not funny.
Yeah, it's most likely not his name, I would say. I guess people call him that because he speaks in Polish, and he refers to that. He might actually be currently eating one of those. Hello, sir. Got a time for a few questions? If he doesn't speak English, then that's not going to go well.
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
Yeah, so you don't speak English, huh? You've got some impressive pots there.
He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
Well, apparently that's all I need for now. What's in the freezer?
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimpled lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
Try to push on the door.
The door does not budge.
Well, touching the door in itself probably wasn't going to do much.
The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side. It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half ruined. Whatever is behind it must be older.
I wonder where this door leads.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
Well, the lieutenant regards you with a patient skepticism. Out of duty, we may find something pertinent to the investigation.
Yes. I suppose it's worth seeing if we can get in. Just to be thorough. As a side investigation.
It's hardly a side investigation. You already have a name for it.
Well, maybe the door and the main investigation will merge into a stereo investigation.
If you say so. Garte is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Believe me, I will ask.
Can I help you?
Another thing. Great. I love those.
There's a mysterious blue steel door in the back of the kitchen.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
He shrugs. Do you know what's behind it? Do you have...
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He runs his finger across the counter to check for dirt.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. Yes?
They could try prying it open. Kim says he has a crowbar in his car.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock.
I might be back. Door. Now, the kid thinks I'm his bitch, so he's unlikely to be helpful, but I will ask him about the victim's clothes.
Fuck does Cuno care?
I have questions about the crime scene.
Yeah? The kingdom of Cuno? The fuck do you want with it?
The dead man's clothes were in the trash container. How did they get in there?
Yeah, Cuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Cuno.
I need to know. It could be a lead in the investigation. Someone might have tampered with the murder scene.
Listen! Cuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Cuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Sad shit. Cuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Cuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real.
I asked you what happened to his clothes. You must have seen them lying around.
Look, Cuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that up there. Now, you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so," any louder.
And now, you don't know anything about the tampering I'm investigating, and I already have pants.
Whatever. Cuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for falling anyway, pig.
There's also a mug in the trash.
The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again?
Does this racist mug have anything to do with you? Or does this racist mag have anything to do with it in question being the clothes, I guess?
Yeah, Cuno sees where this is going. Cuno's got that fast brain. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker, 'cause he's the clothes fucker?
I can't hear you, Cuno. Speak louder, Cuno.
Someone has tampered with the crime scene, cleaned some of it up.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator.
And he nods in approval. So apparently he's a fan of police brutality.
Cuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Tell the Cuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting two and two together here.
Stop turning into a pig, Cuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my Cuno.
She lets out a hiss even meaner than before.
Yeah, get your bacon shit away. Cuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Cuno's face.
What's in the greenhouse over there?
Dunno. Kipta's gardener used to work there.
He shrugs.
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Areopagite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Areopagites of Ilmara. Not so much anymore.
You mean the young woman by the whirling in rags? That gardener?
Look, Cuno doesn't explain shit. Cuno just says shit.
He looks you in the eye and nods as if agreeing with himself.
Yeah, her. What was she doing in the greenhouse in March anyway? What kind of gardening is done in March? Fish is sometimes used to fertilize the soil a few weeks before planting something. Maybe she was preparing the garden beds.
I should ask her about that.
Yes, it seems suspicious. You don't like things being like that. Suspicious.
That ladder, you ever climb it?
Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Cuno killed.
So you're saying it's unclimbable?
Fuck does Cuno know? Cuno's not a fucking acrobat.
The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook.
It's a trap, Cuno! Don't climb it, Cuno!
There's a stack of eternite back there.
That's just some shit roofing gimps left behind. Lazy dinks.
There it is. That strange feeling again. As if there was more than meets the eye about that pile of roofing material.
Don't they have a single normal thing to say? Yeah, that's a good question. Is he left-handed though? Is that what this is getting at? Some shit gimps left behind. Were those gimps? Suddenly raise your eyes. Left-handed?
The fuck are you talking about? Cuno doesn't know what handed gimps they were.
Trying to get you to talk gimp, Cuno. Don't talk.
So you say, but I saw past the veil.
The fucking well. The fuck are you talking about? Ask me a normal question, pig.
He loses his cool for a moment and starts yelling.
They're trying to make you feel stupid, Cuno.
You glance again at the roofing material in front of the shack. Yes, you should go back there.
Yeah, I will be back. I might put a point into perception, actually. It's one of the physical skills that I'm most interested in.
Yeah, whatever. Cuno doesn't give a shit. The fuck about it? You're testing Cuno's patience here.
Get lost,
Cuno doesn't fucking care.
Okay, before I try to get the body down, let's go talk to that gardener. Especially because time is actually passing as I do those things.
It's raining again.
The young woman looks up at the overladen sky.
It was clear just an hour ago.
Tell me, what exactly have you been doing in your greenhouse in March?
Well, this might be the last snow we get. At least I hope so.
She points out to her wheelbarrow, surprised at the question.
Snow has nutrients in it. Helps everything green up in the spring. At least that's what my grandma always told me.
What? Snow is just frozen water. Like, I don't think there's anything particularly good about snow. And if you put actual snow onto plants, I'm pretty sure we're going to freeze them out.
Yes, think about the cute grandma, not the weird snow.
Disingenuous grandma, yeah, you're right. Squint your eyes and look at her intently. Can't be retried, but that's a pretty high chance.
Stop looking at her. Look around. What do you see?
An entrance to the yard?
That's right. And the canal, the bookstore, the harbour gates. This is a great vantage point for keeping an eye on you.
Are you by any chance keeping an eye on us?
No, of course not. I don't understand what this is about.
She looks towards the yard and her expression clears.
The kid did this, right? The red-haired rat? Can't say a sentence without or kipped. He's always giving me trouble.
Yeah, I was talking to him, yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't be. I mean, you do your job, but that kid is beyond help. And he certainly won't help you.
She shakes her head.
You've been resting here for quite a while, haven't you?
The lieutenant intervenes, looking at her intently.
Yes, I'm tired.
I understand. The RCM isn't welcome here, and the locals want to keep an eye on us.
There's silence, the smallest of smiles.
That's okay, miss. Do what you have to do. I think we're done here. Let's go.
Okay, let's try to attend to the body.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
I think I have to do this to attempt to do anything else. So, in the worst case scenario, I just throw up. It's not the end of the world. Let go of your nose without throwing up.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to throw up.
You feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it.
The lieutenant hands you his white handkerchief. Thanks.
The hangover is clearly making these worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
You think ammonia would help?
If you can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor.
But not you?
I can't handle the headache.
Where do we get ammonia from?
That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell.
He nods towards the plaza.
If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fleet store nearby.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Oh. Okay, that's certainly good to know. That in addition to leveling up, I can also get the handkerchief given to you by Lieutenant Kitsuragi. One corner is adorned with lace and a tiny embroidered portiere. I can also get a retry if I use an item that gives me a temporary bonus. That's good to know.
Hello again, officer. How are things?
Do you still have your salts? I think I could use some.
Sure. I'm done with them.
She takes a small capsule of her breast pocket and hands it to you.
Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
Ampoule of ammonia. A thin glass tube wrapped in cotton netting used to treat fainting spells. Produced by St. Baptiste Pharmaceuticals. How do I use that? How do I?
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell.
Active decay.
He's about to blow! Cock's gonna blow, Cuno!
Yeah, but that's still shit. So, is that just for the purpose of a tutorial? Like, that was supposed to teach me that this is an option, because it doesn't actually help. You know, my skill is so low that it doesn't make a difference.
The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Spit and say nothing. The ammonia didn't help at all.
Nor does the wind right now.
The lieutenant, you feel the lieutenant pat your back rhythmically.
The weight is reassuring, like a crenel on solid fortification. Pat, pat, pat.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder.
Why can't I keep it in if I've been a cop for my whole life?
I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, baguette.
He pats your back again.
Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough.
You seem to be fine.
I think I've lost my sense of smell.
There's a pause.
A white lie.
Not being hungover helps too.
Do it without me, I just can't keep it down.
No. This is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers to complete. I need your help.
He withdraws his hand and looks you in the eye.
You need to get your shit together.
Well, I'll try.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
Thought gained. Volumetric shit compressor.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet and internalize it for special bonuses and effects.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Alright. What does the thought do? Volumetric shit compressor. Temporary research bonus none. Your shit is apart. It's rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that. Together, compressed in a small area. To achieve a solid level of shit compression, squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the 2 hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people, maybe that'll help. Also, I'm just literally going to spend time on getting my shit together. Is what you're telling me. Fair enough.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
Have I tried this already? I don't think so. So, you know, 42 is decent-ish. Have I tried this? I don't remember. I am going to save. Because if I have tried this, I don't want to do it. If I tried this, I will wait until I put a point into perception, which I might actually do. I'm going to level up soon, by the way.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, because it's nice and orderly. Well-laid pallets, easy on the eyes. It reveals no secrets at this time.
Puts points into perception to open this white check. Alright. I might do that actually right away. Because I am kind of interested in perception. Obviously, it's useful for a cop to be able to notice details and stuff. And there are bottles inside. You could pick them up if you had a bag. Oh, is that Kim's car? That's a very weird looking car.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Kim, how do I turn on the headlights?
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He turns the preheater on, waits, and then takes out his keys.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage.
Press engine start.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rouse per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Kinema comes to life with a whiny growl.
Press the button labeled headlights.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Run your fingers over one of the steering levers.
The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm.
Pick up the radio.
The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens. Radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Come in, dispatch.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
You could swear that she was friendlier with the lieutenant. I need you to connect me to a civilian, Sylvie. She may have reported a murder.
Of course. What is her number, officer?
Kim, didn't Garte give you Sylvie's number?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a lot of time has passed.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello?
A female voice greets you through the static. It sounds like she's a million miles away from here. This is the police calling. I have some questions for you about your last days at work.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
She recognizes your voice almost immediately.
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again.
You quit your... Was it you who called the police?
No, not me.
Why didn't you call? Didn't the corpse behind your workplace bother you?
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the union already knew about the corpse.
What does the union have to do with anything?
No one calls the police. The union would get angry.
You can hear her adjust the receiver. What do you mean by that?
You know, what the union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Garbage.
Kim, lower your microphone. Is she speaking the truth? The union is the law around here?
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the Dock Workers Union.
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation.
And tell me exactly, why did you let a corpse hang in your backyard for a week instead of calling her?
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways. No, don't push her. It sounds as if she's about to cry.
What others?
The other people who live around here. Local people. I didn't want trouble.
Her voice is resigned and weak.
What trouble?
You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the union, internally. Please, I just didn't want any trouble.
You hear static. Her chin rubs against the receiver. Yeah, I'm not going to ride her. Like, it's clear she's scared of that union, which is an indictment against them more than it is against her. Don't worry about it, I understand.
You do? Oh. What else can I do for you?
She sounds relieved. Do you know who made the call?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
The lieutenant makes a note.
Yeah, go on.
You quit your job. Why?
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
You can hear her tense up on the other side.
Why not?
Well, did you leave because of Garte?
What? No, why would you even think that?
Well, he told me he asked you out. Are you saying it didn't happen?
Please, don't bring Garte into this. It's none of your business. I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again.
Do you know how my purple paperwork ended up in the trash container behind the whirling?
Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir, clogging it completely. After I had unclogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork, I threw it out in the trash, thinking you didn't need it. I am sorry about that. Anything else, Detective?
She doesn't sound like she's actually that sorry. I think I got everything. Thanks.
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
She's ready to hang up. Why does she seem angry with you? Cannot be retried.
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags, when she was still working there.
Wait, before you go, you're mad at me, right? Tell me, what did I do? I can't remember anything.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. It just made me want to quit.
What skua thing? What's a skua anyway? Ah, that's the bird.
The stuffed bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there.
Why do I always end up screwing everything up?
It was a pretty bird, there since I started working in whirling. I really liked her. We call her Scotty.
There's genuine sadness in her voice.
So you're telling me I was the one who made you want to quit?
Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many assholes in this place. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you...
Go on, I want to know what I did.
Well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I hate it now.
Which song was it?
We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody.
Sorry about the song.
To hell with that song. Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then you screamed something about how you're a piece of shit human being, and why does anyone even let you work as a policeman? That you'd fire yourself, but you can't even do that.
I'm sorry.
And then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself.
I get it. I wasn't a very good tenant.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst.
I am truly sorry for everything, Sylvie.
God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened.
But when I spoke to Garte, it seems like he thought you left because of him.
Wait, really? No, this is absolutely not true. I like Garte. I really do.
Didn't he cross a line when he asked you out?
No, I was actually flattered. I've always liked him. It was just bad timing. With the corpse and all that.
There's a pause. You can almost see her on the other side. The telephone cord coiled around her index.
I didn't know what to say to him later. Then you came and destroyed the place. So I left without explaining. I should have told him, maybe.
I can tell him.
Okay, but please don't mess it up. Please don't take out your gun or something.
I don't even have my gun anymore, which makes me worried because I must have lost it somewhere. What else did I sing beside the OO? I'm looking for a song.
Oh, all sorts of things. From disco, rock too. So much disco and rock.
Maybe you can help me identify this one particular song.
Which one would that be?
That one was really sad.
Sad? I think the one you mean is the smallest church in Saint-Saëns. Butchered that right up.
Her voice carries a tone of disappointment.
Interesting. You still have to find it, however.
Thank you for talking with me. Take care.
You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks. Then, the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Could you connect me to the 41 precinct? I have something I need to report.
Just a second, officer.
She puts you on hold, the static crackling softly as a bonfire. After a while, you hear an old man greet you from the radio. His rattly voice is oddly familiar.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard. The man uses relay code. You've got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4, Station 41. I got an urgent business, over.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over.
Just reporting in, over.
10-18, state your message, sir.
I need to report my badge missing.
10-9, over.
My badge, I can't find it anywhere. Basically, it's gone.
10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
Is it him? What does he want?
A dry voice asks in the background.
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
He says, fighting off laughter.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Come on, operator. This is serious.
He's asking you to stop, says this is serious.
Of course it's serious. He lost his fucking badge.
Satellite Officer Dietmar concurs, losing your badge is serious. Over.
Can we just move on? I just want to get it reported and be done with it.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Enough of this now. I have other things to discuss.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
The animated conversation in the back is making it difficult for him to hear you.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun too.
The room roars with laughter.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you?
Yeah, that's what I figured. Oh god, it's not here.
Okay, it's gone. Your gun is most definitely gone.
Don't sweat it, Bratan! You don't need a gun to have fun! We can still have fun! It's not all over!
I'm pretty sure Bratan is brother in Serbian, I think, or Croatian. In one of the Balkan languages.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
To be honest, why can't I admit that I lost it? It seems to me that me losing my gun is as serious of a matter as me losing my badge, because basically there's now someone with a gun running around, which is a much bigger deal in Europe than it is in the States, because obviously here ordinarily people don't have guns. Like, to be honest, in some countries ordinary policemen don't even have guns. Like, for example, in the UK, most, traffic cops don't have guns. They just have tasers and batons. To carry a gun, you need to be part of a special unit. Apparently, out of those two, I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to say nothing.
10-1, you're breaking up. 10-9, repeat please. Over. 10-9, come in, officer. Over.
Remain silent with terror.
Come in, officer. 10-9, repeat message please. Did you misplace your firearm? Over.
Just say you lost your gun. Anything else would only make the situation worse here.
Yes, I do think that, actually. That's affirmative. Over.
He says he doesn't have it.
Dear God, he lost his gun. Oh my, I can't.
The man succumbs to laughter again.
This isn't really a laughing matter.
Mac can face a giant of Coco Nur by himself, but Disco here made him piss his pants.
Oh, I can't. Fuck. He lost his... Ask him if he still got his wiener.
I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over.
To be honest, I am not going to entertain this any further. You're kind of being really... me losing my gun is unprofessional, I grant you that. But it's really unnecessary what you're doing now. I don't need to listen to this. Firewalker out.
The silence is almost deafening after you flick off the switch, severing the connection.
That did not go well. I guess the important thing is that you followed protocol and reported your lost items. Did we need anything else here?
Pull out the toolbox.
A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat. and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Take the red-tipped pry bar.
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids.
Actually, I'm going to take all of them. They all might be useful. Take the rubber-handled chain cutters.
The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand.
Take the hand-cranked flashlight.
It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue, blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook. Volumetric ship compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
Okay, so it does seem I do have my shit together, at least for a while. All endurance checks are raised to 4. I am satisfied with that fact.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type.
What? There are Copo types?
Yes. Guess what's yours?
A sorry cop? I'm sorry, I'm not sure.
Yes, sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here.
But there are other Copo types?
Oh, you know. Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, Liquid Shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go?
Well, actually, I'm not that sorry to let it define my entire existence. I changed my mind.
No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance.
I guess I am pretty sorry about, trashing the place, losing my gun, and doing all of those things which I would have never done in reality. And if I did, by whatever reason, I would be pretty sorry about that. So I guess I'm sorry.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million.
If only. All my problems would be gone if that was the case.
That won't happen.
Yeah, probably. Okay, so what can I up? I will actually up perception. Equip to open the locked containers. A rigorous self-critique. Embarrassment to the party. -1 authority. But I assume, thinking this over will eventually give me some sort of a bonus. So I might as well think on it for now. I am pretty sorry. You're one sorry piece of shit. A cop penitent, a flagellant cop monk. This is not the right line of work for you. You should be groveling at the feet of a feudal lord, providing lurid evidence against yourself at the Mazovian show trial, or ripping the flesh from your back with a cat of 9 tails. Whatever made you this way, you can be damn sure it is your own fault. Do it. Really criticize yourself. Who knows? You might uncover something of importance from your guilt-ridden past. Yeah, let's do that for now, I guess.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Look at the shimmering street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Look around you.
A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry.
Ah, Martinez.
Where are we on this?
Let me see.
He takes the ledger for a moment and inspects it.
Right here.
His fingers at the top of the map on a segment of coast jutting into the great ocean. I'm sure I've seen worse.
Oh yes. Coal City. Le Royaume. The burnt-out quarter.
Look at the perforations.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Tally up the different rows.
The first row has 18 dots. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some. You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you, though you can't say why, precisely. The last row has 3 perforations.
That's it?
That's it.
Kim, what all those holes mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
I feel I just went around apologizing all the time. 18 years I've done this.
That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth?
Do you really think I have any idea?
Fair point. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see... Wow, more than 200.
216 to be exact.
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
I used to be good. That's some solace, I guess. What's the last number?
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
So I'm a killer.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way.
What's it feel like to kill a man, Mr. McCoy? A young woman asked the man across the desk from her. Honestly, babe, says John McCoy, crossing his ankles over said desk. I don't feel anything anymore. It's just like brushing my teeth. I do it once or twice a week and don't really think about it. There's no trace of guilt in his voice.
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers. And to be honest, neither do I. Like, for example, the trigger happiness of American cops scares me. Like, people get killed interacting with police all the time in the States. And even people who are not armed themselves. you make a wrong move. You get a cop suspicious, and they might just straight up end you. Like, to be honest, I think the UK might be onto something there. Most cops, to be honest, probably don't even need a firearm. Like, I've seen there are live videos of cops taking down people, armed with knives. If you have a taser, and if you're coordinated, you can do that with no loss of life or with no injuries even. But at least you don't kill that guy. You still he has a chance to defend himself in court or whatever. And to think, cops in the States used to kill people even. Like, there's this one harrowing example that I've remembered for years now, just because it made me so angry and sad, where, a family member called the police because one of their loved ones was considering hurting himself, and the police came, and because, obviously, the guy had a knife or something, they shot him dead. Like... What can you even say to that?
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
Have you ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes.
He says, declining to elaborate.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective, or self-destructive than others.
He gives you a meaningful look.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Like what?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Well, maybe I should find a hobby.
Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
He points to your yellow gardening gloves.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Well, thank you for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
He presses a remote control on the key.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
Alright, let's go talk with Garte again. The soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working.
Can I help you?
I talked to Sylvie. She left because of me, not you.
Wait, what? But what about the bird?
The bird?
Yes, the bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing the morning she left.
She didn't break it, I did. I threw it against the wall.
You broke the skewer!
His face is flushed with emotions. A rash covers his neck.
I assure you it was him.
It's as if he can't decide whether to be angry or relieved that it was you. Again.
Why on earth did you have to break the skewer?
It's a mystery.
I can't believe it. I was so sure it was Sylvie. Even worse, I thought she was trying to send me a message. Symbol of hope and all.
A tender type of hope. Something stirs in you. Perhaps this is why you broke it.
All right. Did she say anything else? About me, Did she say anything about me?
Yes, she said she was flattered. It was just bad timing.
Really? I should give her a call then.
The man doesn't know what to say. He wipes his brow and stares at the counter.
Thanks, I guess. Was there anything else you wanted, or...
Or can you give him a moment? Somehow you realize this is not going to net you any professional discounts. Already he's reverting back to defensive.
Can I pry open this door? An aroma of spices, alcohol and tomato hangs in the air.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Do you know what's behind the door? Point to the door.
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
Can I try to open it?
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
I can't.
You see a
fair enough, I might be back. Smells like spoiled meat and curdled dairy. A human being decomposes.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
Get an exact count. That's a pretty high chance.
Maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
Go over them one by one.
1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46.
Which is it?
You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41.
Male or female?
Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gate is undeveloped.
I'm pretty good at this, ain't I?
You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. 8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many?
The lieutenant has been tracking your eyes' movements. 8.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
The same guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
Light step, number 41 shoe.
A woman? Or a kid?
I don't think there's any way to be sure.
Understood. Anything else?
A heavy one, 200 kilogram imprint.
200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Yeah, it is possible that one of them was carrying him over.
Possibly, yes.
He notes something down in his notebook.
But why?
But why did they have to carry him?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Maybe there was a physically impressive strongman in their midst. Someone who wanted to impress their peers.
Or maybe the victim refused to walk to his own lynching. Which to be honest, you probably... Like, it's kind of like digging your own grave. Why would you make it easier? Probably out of fear. Although I imagine it's a combination of whenever people were ordered to dig their own graves, it's a combination of fear, you just want to live a little while longer, even if you ultimately realize there's probably no point. But also maybe some kind of a hope that in the time it takes you to dig your own grave, something might happen. Maybe the victim refused to walk to his own lynching.
You have a point there. Anyway, it's something to consider. What else can you see?
An aberration. One soul is smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul.
Do you have any ideas, Lieutenant?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor? Or maybe a drummer?
He regrets it the moment he says it.
Just nod.
I don't know why I said that. We are not looking for a drummer. We are looking for a group of dock workers.
The lieutenant clearly appreciates the chance to clear up the drummer issue himself.
Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
It is possible. Nod thoughtfully.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Yeah, we should keep our eyes out anyway. The lieutenant writes this information down in his notebook, then reverts to the tracks in the mud. How old do you think the tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
How do you know?
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do you think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy. Isn't it strange to have your assumptions confirmed like this? This is what someone whispering suggestions in your ear would like you to feel.
We should withhold being content, because maybe it's a setup of some kind.
The lieutenant is saying something, but you can't hear it. Suddenly, it seems like your tie is alive again, whispering, no, screaming into your ear.
What? Withhold being content? What are you? Mild to moderately disabled? That doesn't feel like something you should do.
Well. Interesting that you bring that up, because actually I am mildly disabled. But, you know.
Live a little! Everything on the damn crime scene fits like a glove! You should get shit-faced on this damn crime scene!
I like how vivid my interior is. To be honest, I find the voice acting for the tie to be pretty entertaining in its own right. But we could maybe do something that doesn't involve getting drunk.
Regardez ladrutal! He wants to have fun without alcohol! That won't be fun! That'll be boring and sad!
Detective?
He's staring at you as you clutch your necktie. I'm experiencing a mild malfunction, Lieutenant. Something to do with my tie. It'll pass. Can you hold on for a moment?
The lieutenant looks at you curiously. A beat passes in silence. The wind blowing. The cargo belt squeaking. The lieutenant doesn't understand what's happening right now. You're twisting at your tie, looking sweaty even by your standards. He needs to say something.
I agree. Our assumptions could be wrong. Better not to have them confirmed just yet. Do you see anything else?
That's it for now. I I should take a look at the body itself, but I will actually do it next time, because this episode has already been long enough. So I'm going to save and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!